Are you ready for News and Brews, showcasing the innovations that make plastics manufacturing more efficient, sustainable, and eco-friendly? It's Plastech West correspondent Chris Lukey.
Hey, all right. We are here with Jing Liu from DSM Biomedical, and we're going to be talking about material innovations in the medical space, specifically parts for the human body. I've been looking forward to this conversation for a while. Jing, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me here. Yeah.
It's excellent to have you here at News and Brews, and your title jumped out at me as I was preparing for this because you are the R&D Center Manager at DSM Biomedical, which when I hear that, I feel like that means you are on the cutting edge of all the work that's taking place in the materials world around the bio world. Is that fair to say?
It is fair to say, Chris. Yes, we are R&D center. We developing innovative polymer materials, composites for implantable medical device application.
An implantable medical device application is exactly what we're going to be talking about, because my first question, this came up quite a bit, and we're talking about things that go inside the human body. So there's a term that I've heard you use a lot, which is bioresorbable. So can you define what bioresorbable means for the audience out there, so we have a bit of, let's say, med device, medical materials 101 under our belts as we get into the conversation?
Yes, absolutely, Chris. Bioresorbable meaning it's gonna degrade in human body and naturally absorbed by human body. So let me use an analogy here. Just like you have a cup of water, then you put sugar in, it's gonna dissolve. Absolutely, for plastic, we don't want it to dissolve that quickly, that fast, then that's gonna cause trouble. So, but it's the same mechanism. You put it in, it's gonna be naturally absorbed, and it's gone.
And I think I'm gonna share one thing, because we hear a word a lot in industry. We talk about sustainability. When I think of what sustainability really means in manufacturing, it means that you're taking, like, you have bioresorbable parts that literally dissolve inside of the human body. So I think a perfect example of sustainability here. I have to ask, like, what type of body parts or applications are you innovating for? Fill us in on that a little more specifically.
Sure, Chris. We serve three markets. Orthopedics is one of the big ones for us, and the cardiovascular, and also the disease prevention and management. That's the three major ones. So under orthopedics, we serve on the joint preservation, joint displacement, as well as sports medicine. That's under orthopedics. We serve a wide range of markets or application areas.
Yeah, so I like that, thinking about sports medicine, thinking about joints, thinking about the things that keep us mobile longer. Because when I'm looking at applications like this, the things that really come to mind are, hey, what's going to improve our quality of life in the long run? You're putting these parts into human bodies that ultimately make that happen for the folks that are using this. As part of your R&D efforts, I believe you're developing new materials for both medical devices as well as these bioresorbable materials. So let's stick on the current topic. Like, can you share an example of a new bioresorbable material you've recently developed?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Chris. As you know, for the anchors and the screws, when there's a bone fracture, right? So how you fix it? You need a screw or anchors to fix that part. Historically, people use PEEK. That's one of the polymer. It's polyether but that polymer is not dissolved, not bioresorbable in human body, meaning it's gonna stay there forever. And also another material gonna be metal. So if the screw made out of metal, once you use it, it's gonna stay with the human body. One of the innovation direction we are working on to develop these high-strength bioresorbable composites as anchor and screws, meaning it has similar strength and mechanical properties as PEEK or metal, But once you use in human body, you do not need a second surgery to pull it out. It's going to be, with time going on, it's going to be absorbed by human body.
So everything I've heard, so let's say you break a bone, right? Like in this case, a material like a screw would have permanently been in your body from here on out. Now it's a material. Is it safe to say you know roughly how long it takes that material to dissolve? So it's like, hey, it's supposed to take this bone, I don't know, 8 weeks to heal, and this material will be gone in half a year, 3 months, whatever it is. Is that part of the process? You know how long the healing takes, and then ultimately how long that part needs to last before it dissolves?
Yes, Chris, that's one of the specifications we are working on. Not all the composites have the same degradation profile or the degradation rate. Depending on what's the application, there's a different requirement. Some of them need resorbable faster. Some of them need resorbable longer time. As you said, it's need fully healing and then it's resorbable. So we, as a material supplier, that's built in our solution approach. We develop a series of composites with various different bioresorbable rate and suitable for different application. We call it tunable biodegradation profile of our material.
Tunable biodegradation profile.
Yes.
And this is ultimately, you have different materials or different, I'm trying to think of the right way to describe it. The way the material is made up means you can say, hey, this one will dissolve this fast, this one will dissolve faster, this one will be there longer. So depending on the procedure, you can pick the right material to, ultimately make that healing process go the way that goes.
Yes, exactly.
How does this make life better for the patient then? In the past, it's like, okay, I've got a screw inside my body for the rest of my life, not the end of the world, right? But maybe that's my novice impression of this. How does this make life better for the person that ultimately experiences this medical procedure?
Yeah, that's a good question. For compared to PIC or metal screw, this new composite is going to dissolve bioresorbable by human body. So the direct impact to patients is no need of the second surgery to pull it out. So that's number one. And also for our composites, not only have a high mechanical property, we also adding other functionalities such as antimicrobial performance and also osteoconductive performance. That's going to promote bone healing or bone remodeling or bone growth. That's another benefit compared to just metal or PIC screw. So these two are the big benefits to patients.
So when we talk about what is the plastics industry doing to be more sustainable? I'm going to go back to something we started talking about at the start of the interview. I mean, sustainability is reducing the amount of stuff you need to use. It's using better materials. It's also reducing the amount of activities that need to occur. And you were just talking about how, hey, if a patient would have in the past needed to go back in for a second surgery to have that metal screw removed, for example, all of a sudden, you've just eliminated that whole part from the healing process. And then the medical professionals can go do another procedure at that point. The individual doesn't need to go back in and spend their time there. A lot of benefits from that. We've been talking about the parts that go inside the human body. I have another question on the medical device side. Now, you make parts for medical devices as well. Is that correct?
That's not our focus, Chris.
Okay.
We focus on the biomaterial. We are a biomaterial supplier. So we listen to surgeons, patients, to what their need, what their expectation, what's the trend. Then we translate into the material specification, then develop solution to fit their need. Then we sell our biomaterial to medical device manufacturer for them to manufacture into medical device.
Okay, so I'm following this. I think the follow-up question I have still stands though. How does this make life better for medical professionals? We've been really focusing on the patients, and I feel like we've kind of hinted at why life is easier for the medical professionals now, but what are you hearing from doctors and surgeons? What are they asking for?
Yes, they are we listen to them to see what's their expectation. Back to this bioresorbable screw with high strength material. Then surgeons like it because they no need to go back to do second surgery. That's one. Second one is strong enough because when we talk about plastic screws, if it's weak, then during the surgery, it could break or fracture. So that's something we try to avoid. The benefits to surgeon is like just one-time surgery, and also all the benefits provided by these biocomposites, like antimicrobial, all that will benefits. It's gonna help them to do the surgery, make it a more successful one.
More successful surgeries. That's what we want. That's what I want. If I'm getting operated on at some point, I'm sure you're all in the same boat if you're out there listening to this. I'm curious, so when you mentioned you're working with the medical device manufacturers, can you describe your ideal type of client company that you'd work with, and how do they know that DSM Biomedical is the group that they need to be working with on these applications?
Yes, medical device manufacturer are our customers, right? We supply them biomaterials for them to manufacture into medical device. For us, DSM Biomedical, we offer a wide range of biomaterials, ranging from natural material all the way to the synthetic biomaterial. So we cover collagen, we have bioceramics, we have ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, that's called Altiva. We have that polyethylene in powder form, in fiber, in membrane form. And also we have TPU, that's thermoplastic urethane. We also have bioresorbable polymer, make it into composites. So meaning DSM Biomedical offer a very wide range of polymer materials for our medical device manufacturer to choose from. I'm also kidding, as our biomaterial offer just like Amazon. Go there, type what you look for, there's something gonna show up. Meaning we have a wide range of options for you to choose from.
Excellent. Well, we've got about 45 seconds left, so I've got one more question for you, and that's,
Sure.
What do you love about working in the materials space, and what should other people know about that?
Yeah, working in this field, healthcare, make me very motivated. Every day I come to work, I feel I can do something to improve the patients. We bring progress to life. That's really motivate all of us to innovate in this area to improve patients' life.
Well, hey, we've heard your motivation in this conversation. Jing, we appreciate you jumping on News and Brews. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me.